So let's say for the div even uh, width is 100%. Maybe I'm just, guys following me. I'm just, so this image is 25% and even text width should be, let's say, 60 percentage, and the same goes with the this guy also. Oops, not even image or text. So it's all about the widths. So let's see what happens here. Right, this is a better one, right? So can you guys hear me? Give me 1 second. Let me just. All right. So it's about the widths, like the width. The first one, the image width is 25%, right? So it's occupying the 100%. So I gave it to be 60%, right? So now there's again a problem here, like this image and this image should be like there should be something for these guys, like they're not aligned properly. So for that purpose I'll give one more div here after this even. Okay, I said div class equal to clear, and just it's a blank div. Okay, it's just used to clear whatever, do not let other contents come upside, or come between these guys. So everywhere I just said, like after every div where there is a content, I'm giving a clear. So for the clear class, we'll say clear both. Content. So clear both. This content is gone. This is, why is this pushing this guy towards? So what we do here is everything is pushed to the right side. The reason may be even image is floating left. Oh, the odd image. The odd image should float to the left. So maybe on bottom. Float, and then the even should float right. Well, this is kind of complex example. Maybe I've chosen, I'm just going like spontaneously. I'm like, I didn't know this becomes no need of with 100%, since sorry 100%, and say float left. But yeah, so why is this, who is this guy actually? Let me give alt image 1, everything is image 1. Let me just go ahead and see this. What's your problem? So Chrome here. Okay, the odd guy is floating left. And the odd image. Oh, I did not give the odd image class for the image. That's the problem here. Okay, what I'm trying to do is like I'm just making these guys float. Okay, so maybe I've taken a wrong example. If you guys do not understand, if you understood, like, okay, that's more than happy. Now this makes sense, right? So this is what I wanted. Okay, a right left right left right left. Cool, this sounds better. But again, there's something missing over here. Like, the image is bigger, the content is somewhere, and there's no fine boundaries. So for that purpose, what I do is I just give these guys, the even guys and the odd guys. Okay, for this guy I give a border. I say solid, sorry, 2 pixels, solid, and let's say red. Let's use this boundary for every guy, like odd and left. And we come here, refresh, yeah, and let's give some margin to these guys. Let's say margin 10 pixels, and this guy also margin 10 pixels. You guys following me actually? Any questions? Hello? You guys following me? Yeah, I'm just playing with CSS, that's it. So this is how the layout has come. This image is on the right side, and this content is. So I want this content to be aligned in the middle. Okay, and this guy is not starting from here because the width is 60%, so this guy is pushing. So what I do is like the text. Okay, what are the texts here? Here I say text align. Okay, if you guys can remember, I said text align to be centered. Okay, I'm using all the properties, all the possible properties for me, which I can use actually. And I'll say, let me use one more property called vertical align to be middle. Okay, on both of the content, only the text. So I said center aligned and middle aligned. That's what I'm trying to do there. So, oops, what happened to you? Middle vertical align. Let me just check that. What's wrong in here? So something might have happened here. Oh, the width is 60%. It's gone wrong somewhere. Oh, here. Great. Okay, with the middle align. Let's see if middle align. It ain't working much. Maybe, or I can do this too. Instead of middle align, I'll say the margin top for this to be 20%, or I'll say margin on all sides to be 20%. For the text only, and even this guy I can give this too. So margin 20%. I'm making it beautiful. That's what I'm doing. Oh, where are you gone? Oh, 20% is way much, I guess. Let's say 2%. Better. Yeah. So I'm just trying to do something with it. So this is how the float element is used with image to just, the text and the image is placed side by side. Maybe it has gone beyond the float example, but this is how we actually style everything using CSS. Alright, so I place this image side to this guy, to the content. That's what I've done actually. So again, if I fill with the content, yeah, it looks better. The content is pretty small here, or I can just go ahead and decrease this guy here. Let's say the images width be decreased and the height be decreased too. Something like this. wait. I'll explain about even this tool which I'm using right now, and I say yeah, 9% and 111 pixels looks good instead of 25% which we have used previously, and 111 pixels is the height. I'll make it 100 round figure. And for the div, even and odd, okay, even and odd, let's say I don't want that much width, so let me give 55% width. So I go here, yeah, and this guy, who is this, 60%, let's say this guy to be that guy. If that guy is 9%, this guy can be somewhere around 85%, let's say. This is simple math, like how much I need for this guys to be, or 85% is way much, it's not working, so let's say 80%. I'm just manipulating it. Yeah, now this, I don't know, the images are like stretched, but I can't help it. So I'm just trying to make them clean and neat. Okay, so these guys are all floating. The images are floating with the content, and each div is again floating to the respective sides. All right. So that is about float and clear. So we'll see more examples when we talk about layouts, more layouts. But there's one more topic left. I don't know if the class started maybe 30 minutes late, and this complex example. This is really a complex example because this much of styling has been done on the fly, on the fly. Now this is a static website. Like this is a website. I say so. This is what, if I want these two side by side also, I can do that. Just it's a width, manipulation of width. Since this width is 55%, they're coming out here. Alright, Sandeep, you. So let me just finish that off. That's a very small topic actually. It doesn't even take much time. So I've extended the time. So this is about float. We'll be talking much about float in the coming classes when we style list. I guess we did not talk about styling lists. So I'll take one class on the complete navigation. Maybe tomorrow we'll do that tomorrow. Tomorrow's class will be positioning. So positioning is also like a small topic, but really crucial topic, positioning. So the other topic is display property. Okay, the name itself says display. Display is to show something. So display show, again it has a cousin, I say. It's called visibility. Okay, visibility and display are the same properties. Like this shows content and does not show content. They have multiple values, different values. But there is a slight difference which I will talk when I show you the examples. Okay, so the syntax of display. Oops. Of display is any selector. Take any selector and say display. Okay, display has inline block, and none. Okay, so this is a thing. I mean, display has so many properties, but these are like most predominantly used properties. It has display as table, display as list, display as table head, display as table cell. It has multiple properties, but we are seeing these properties predominantly. Okay, so that is display, and the same with the visibility, wherein visibility has visible and the other is hidden. So these are the two rules or two properties, display and visibility. So display inline block and none, visible and hidden. So display inline, what does it do? We've been talking about these inline tags and block level tags. So display inline, what it does is like it takes a block level tag. If I apply this on a block level tag, it takes the block level tag and converts it to an inline tag. Again, the same thing with block. If it's applied on an inline tag, it makes it as a block tag and just applies it there. And inline block is a peculiar property, like it's both inline and block. Okay, what it exactly means is like the content inside the tag will be block level, whereas the properties will be inline, which will be seen example what exactly the properties of the area will be inline. Outside this particular tag will be inline, and the area which is inside will be block. I'll show how inline block will be used. Okay, and none is like it hides everything. Do not show is none. Okay, let's go ahead and see an example over here. So quickly, a quick example: doc type, HTML. HTML, head, then body, the title here, let's say Tutoslive CSS display. So here let's use a div tag, and oops, and here let's just take this lorem ipsum and see. So I copy, I paste, and I save this as display.html. Alright, so this is the display. So we know that div tag is a block level tag. Okay, so inside this div, I'm just randomly using one more div somewhere. Okay, and somewhere else inside the same I'll use a span. Okay, so span is like an inline tag, you guys know it. Alright, so oops, I can't see you guys. Yeah, so I just gave some random content, and we'll see how this work. Right, you can see it was all inside a single div tag, but here open the first div tag. This is the first div tag up to here. Okay, if we go to the core here, the div tag is until 1500s, then the regular tag, and the span tag started from but also. So where is our but also? From here. So it's an inline tag. This is a block level tag which occupied the whole space. Okay, so it block level tag like usually pushed it. Now what I do is here is, so let me just call this class as make inline, and you give a class to span saying make block. Okay, we'll see. So style, and I go here and say make inline. So make inline will be display inline. I know if you guys go home and practice these things, at least practice in the lab, like you don't have to open anything, your browser, your notepad, go to the lab, type your code and hit submit. Do you guys want me to do an example in the lab, like how easy and flexible to do it in the lab? If you want that, I can show you guys. Display block. You guys want me to show it in the lab? I'll show. Not now, but next example. Okay, fine. So what I've done is like I'm making the div inline and span block. So if you guys can see it here, this is a div tag up to here, And this is the span tag. I don't know until when. The span tag is until letra set here. Okay, this is a span tag which is inline now, and this is the div tag which is block level. Now let's see what happens. I reversed the roles. You can see here. This has become a block level tag, and this has become an inline tag. From where? From maybe text of the printing, dummy text from here. Okay, so that's where when do we use this? Like whenever there is a block level tag like div or h or paragraph, if I want to convert them into an inline tag, I can just go ahead and convert into an inline or block level tag using my display tag. Okay, and the next one is invisible, none. Where do I use? Let's say here I use a div here. Let's say unknown printer. Okay, unknown printer. I say class is equal to invisible. Okay, I say class equal to invisible. So the unknown printer, I want to make it to be invisible. I don't want it to be displayed. So what is the property to be used? None. So if I want to make something invisible, now you can see here, where is the unknown printer here? The unknown printer is here. Okay, the unknown printer is here. Now let's see what happens. The sentence says when an unknown printer took a gallery. Okay, now you can see here, the unknown printer is gone. It displays none. But frankly speaking, the content is there, but it only using the properties to hide it. It's not actually removing the content from there. It's just hiding it. Okay, that are the properties of display: inline, none, and block. Now let's see what exactly an inline block does. Now what I do is like I take this as span. We know span is an inline tag. So what I do is like, let me say here this class is I'll say special. Okay, for the special, what I do is like I'll give a border 2 pixel dashed and red. Okay, I'll come here, I'll refresh. Oops, special. Oh, the spelling's wrong. Okay, this guy. Now what I do is like I'll say display inline block. Tell me what happens if I say display inline block. Sandeep, Arun? Any idea? Hello? Yeah, I said inline block. Any idea? Any guesses? Display as block within inline. So what it does is, could you guys spot anything? Actually, it did nothing. Even if I say lorem ipsum for say these many times, nothing. Still nothing. But if I say width 10%, or I mean I'm fine with this percentage, I'll say 50 pixels. I said that particular guy has a width 50 pixels. Now you can see it here. It made this particular guy, the dashed guy, is still in line, but inside he is in line, and from outside is a block level tag. Like it's occupying the space. It's letting nobody to come near it. Okay, let me say 100 just to have the content. See, this is what inline block does. So Inline block, what it's doing is like, the content, this is inline since they're on the same line, but it's occupying a certain space, like it's not letting, it has its own area, I say, it reserves its own space to properly doing that. Now let's see, for the make block, let's say make block, I'll give width equal to 100 pixels, the make block. Okay, now you see it made a block. This guy is a block level tag. Okay, but there is no content by the side of it, whereas inline block made a block, but still there is a content by the side of it. Okay, just like we have seen the property of the float, wherein float, if I place two candidates side by side and use float, they lay side by side, they share that space. Just like that, okay, the inline block, the tag is inline, but the content is block, like it's blocking itself. But whereas block will just block off everything, it does not allow anybody to stay by the side of it. Okay, so the difference, like when to use inline or block or inline block. Inline block, you guys know when to use it. To make someone inline, use inline. To make someone block, use block. But inline block is the most prominently used when you want to fix the area of that guy, and as well as you want that guy to be inline. Fix the area and you want to be him in inline. So always use inline block. What I prefer to say is like inline block is a pretty good one to use. And none, you guys know, we'll see when do we use none. It's very useful when we go to JavaScript. Okay, so this looks fine. So let me just open one more div here. Alright, so let's say make hidden. That's it. You guys know what is visible. Visible is the default. Alright, so I'll just remove this person from here, and I don't want the span also here. I remove the span also from here. From here too, and the last one from here. So let's see, I've used one more div here, the side of it, and let me take off these crazy properties here. Crazy in the sense like they are just, and let me give 400 pixels. So if I give 400 pixels, you can see it here. Okay, it's still in line because since it's not pushing the content to the next line, but inside it's getting pushed by itself. So inside it's block level, but from outside it's inline. Okay, just remember this thing. So this is the second paragraph. Where is our second guy? This guy. Okay, this guy is our second guy, the div. So let's use a boundary for each of the guys. So I'll say for div border 2 pixels solid. Let's use what color? Let's use blue. Alright, so these guys are divs. That's the reason there are some crazy colors. Okay, so instead that, let's give a class that makes things easier for us. So make border, I say. Alright, so that's the reason people use classes more the time, because they are pretty easy when these kind of situations arise. So make border, right? I want a margin too, so I'll just give a margin to be 10 pixels. Okay, fine. So that's the first div, this is the second div, and this guy is another div. That's the reason it's in the next line. Okay, div is a block level tag. Now I said make hidden. Now let's say let's use the visibility property here. Visibility, the default is visible because since it's visible. Now I say hidden. Okay, now I'm going to use hidden. So what does hidden do? Hidden will hide the content, right? The name says hidden, hide the content. I made something, a spelling mistake maybe. Visibility. Oh, that's a class.